They got a center that has been known to be a little zesty. The New York Knicks are
Okay.
my overrated NBA team right
Oh,
now. I
oh,
I have a really tough time seeing them survive 4 rounds of the playoffs with having the roster they do right now. They have all the talent, but they're playing everyone 35 minutes a game right now. I know that's Tibbs ball. That's not shocking
classic
to
Tibbs.
anyone.
Classic Tibbs.
But I just don't see how they're going to match up against the Celtics. They didn't match up well twice. The Cavs revamped with Hunter. We discussed that
Yep.
last time, but I don't see this team beating the Celtics or the Cavs in the playoffs. Now, I will give a little praise to them, even though I'm saying they're overrated. Carl
Hmm.
Anthony Towns is having a career year. He has
Absolutely.
44% from three right now, 24 points, 13 rebounds. That's
Wow.
pretty hard to continue. So I imagine at some point that 3-point percentage will regress. But yeah, I'm going with the Knicks, man. I hate New York, so this isn't surprising to the audience, but they're definitely
Yeah.
overrated in my opinion.
Wow. Okay, so we're going to have our first major disagreement on the podcast. What a better time to have it than now. So I'm just going to quickly transition into our second one. I'm going to go right back, I promise. But the only
Yeah.
reason I'm quickly going to my next one is my guy who should be in the MVP conversation, and I think maybe should be leading the MVP conversation, is Karl Anthony Towns.
Okay.
Karl Anthony Towns is having a season of all seasons. He's zesty. He's weird. He doesn't even fully really fit into what New York was doing in my brain. Like, I didn't understand what he was going to do for the Knicks. Well, he has far exceeded any expectation I could possibly have. And I got to tell you, I feel so much more confident that he will be in the playoffs than Kristaps Porzingis. I feel so much more confident they can put a big workload on him than Kristaps Porzingis. And I wonder to myself, Al Horford looks like he's at a fucking nursing home.
Played
And
well last night.
I love the guy, right? I'm not hating on nothing. At the end of the day, we've asked Al Horford to play 3 more years than he should have 3 years ago, right? So
Yeah.
I sit there to myself and I say, okay, how do the Knicks win? Well, the Cavs I don't worry about. I don't consider the Cavs a real team until I see them win 2 playoff series, so I'm not even going to consider them. I know that sounds crazy, but I'll say that straight up. And with Knicks,
It's a crazy take.
but for the Knicks, I sit there, and you're right. They play them too many minutes, and somebody's going to get injured, right? This is what happened at the end of last year, if you remember. I think OG Anunoby went down. Hart was a little banged up. Brunson even. So if we see that again, I think there's a world Thibodeau shouldn't be the head coach of this team. But that's not the conversation we're having. I'm saying the roster, there's no way it's overrated. You're on fucking crack rocks, and I love this roster. It might be my favorite roster in the Eastern Conference.